Have you ever wondered if we're truly alone in the universe? What if I told you that there's evidence of beings from another planet visiting Earth thousands of years ago? And what if I told you that their influence on our evolution is still present today?
The visit from the Anunnakis.
The Anunnaki are an ancient race of beings who, according to the ancient Sumerians, came to Earth from the heavens thousands of years ago. They were said to be powerful and godlike, with the ability to manipulate the natural world and shape the course of human history. The Sumerians, who lived in Mesopotamia around 4000 BCE, were one of the first civilizations in human history. They believed that the Anunnaki were responsible for the great achievements of their society. According to ancient Sumerian text, dating back to around 4000 BCE, a group of creator gods known as the Anunnaki arrived on Earth. The word Anunnaki simply means those who come from heavens to Earth. The Anunnaki are said to have come from a distant planet called Nibiru, which had a very long orbit that only brought it into our solar system every 3600 years. The Sumerian tablets describe Nibiru as being many times larger than Earth and rich in iron oxide, which gave its rivers and lakes a reddish appearance. According to the tablets, the atmosphere of Nibiru began to deteriorate and became uninhabitable, and the Anunnaki needed a special element to restore it: gold. The Sumerians were an ancient civilization that lived in Mesopotamia from around 4500 to 1750 BC, which is present-day Iraq and Iran. But despite being an ancient civilization, the Sumerians were known for their impressive technological advancements. For example, they invented the plow, which helped their empire grow. They developed cuneiform, one of the earliest known systems of writing in human history. They also came up with a method of keeping time, which is still being used today. However, according to Sumerian mythology, they did not achieve these great advancements alone. They believed that their breakthroughs were owed to a group of gods called the Anunnaki. The ancient Sumerians viewed the Anunnaki as divine beings who had come to Earth from the heavens, and they were worshipped as such. The Sumerians believed that the Anunnaki played a pivotal role in their civilization and were responsible for many of their greatest achievements. The Anunnaki were credited with the creation of the universe and with the teaching the Sumerians about agriculture, writing, and other key areas of knowledge. However, some theories suggest that the Anunnaki may have played an even more significant role in human history. According to the Sumerians, the Anunnaki genetically engineered humans to be their workers and slaves, creating a hybrid race that was part Anunnaki and part human. According to the Epic of Atrahasis, a tablet that's dated back 2000 BCE, describes the creation of humans as a workforce for the gods. The tablets describe how the Anunnaki came to Earth in search of gold. The Anunnaki discovered that gold could be used to repair their planet's atmosphere, and they began mining it on Earth to transport it back to their home planet, Nibiru. They established mining operations in several locations around the world. When Anunnaki miners became displeased with working conditions, it was decided that Anunnaki genes and Homo erectus genes would be engineered to create slaves to replace the miners, thus resulting in Homo sapiens, or mankind as we know it. To assist them in their task, they created humans by mixing their own DNA with that of early humans that were already existing here. The tablet states that the Anunnaki modified the DNA of early humans, giving them advanced abilities and intelligence, as well as the ability to communicate and work together. In the process of doing so, they modified human DNA in ways that left behind non-coding sequences that are sometimes referred to as junk DNA. The theory suggests that these non-coding sequences are actually remnants of the genetic modifications made by the Anunnaki, and that they may contain hidden information or have some kind of unknown function. But there is evidence to suggest that humans may have been undergone significant genetic changes during the course of our evolution. The fact that humans have only been around for a relatively short time in the grand scheme of things, yet have made such rapid progress in terms of technology and knowledge, is also an area of fascination for researchers. Some believe that this theory helps explain why humans have a natural desire to mine for and collect gold, as well as why gold has been considered a valuable and precious metal throughout human history. It also helps to explain why humans are so different from other primates with our advanced abilities and intelligence.
Now, if you really think about it, in today's modern age, we do all of these things that were mentioned in the Epic of Atrahasis. This may seem like science fiction, but we genetically modify animals, plants, and people today. One of the most common examples is genetic engineering, where scientists can modify the DNA of living organisms by directly manipulating the genes. This can be done by adding, deleting, or replacing genes to alter the traits of an organism. Another example is Elon Musk's Neuralink technology, where it can directly manipulate the human brain to enhance our cognitive abilities and even upload our consciousness to a computer. These advancements in science and technology have allowed us to alter the traits of organisms, including humans, by adding, deleting, or replacing genes. With Neuralink, we may be able to enhance our cognitive abilities, allowing us to process information faster, remember more, and learn new skills more quickly than ever before. Humans have made incredible advancements in science, technology, and medicine over the past few centuries, far beyond what would be expected from a species that had only been around for a relatively short period of time in the grand scheme of things. Maybe that's why humans have such a natural desire to push boundaries of science and technology.
But what secrets and advanced technology did the Anunnakis leave behind? And what impact did they have on early civilizations?
Researchers believe that they possess advanced technology that was far beyond anything known to humans at the time. These advanced beings may have shared their knowledge with the ancient Sumerians, who were able to develop new technologies crucial to their civilization's success. One of the Sumerians' notable achievements was their sophisticated understanding of astronomy. The Sumerians were among the first people to develop a sophisticated understanding of astronomy, including the movements of planets and the phases of the moon. Some ancient texts and artifacts suggest that they may have been aware of other planets in our solar system, such as Jupiter and Saturn. This is particularly interesting because at the time there was no telescopes or any advanced instruments that would have allowed people to observe the planets in such detail. In addition to astronomy, the Sumerians were also known for their advanced mathematical knowledge. They developed a sophisticated system of numerical notation and used complex geometric formulas. Researchers suggested that this knowledge may have been influenced by the Anunnakis, who are said to have possessed advanced mathematical knowledge themselves. The Sumerians were also skilled builders, and their architecture is still admired for its beauty and complexity. They created structures like the ziggurats, which were towering structures with multiple levels and a pyramid-like shape. Some researchers have suggested that the Anunnaki may have shared their knowledge of advanced building techniques with the ancient Sumerians, helping them to create these impressive structures. Similarly, the Sumerians were known for their advanced medical knowledge, including the use of herbal remedies and surgical techniques. They were skilled in treating a variety of ailments and injuries, including wounds, fractures, and dislocations. They also performed various surgical procedures, including trepanation, which is drilling a hole inside of the skull, which was used to treat headaches and other neurological conditions. Some researchers have suggested that this knowledge may have been influenced by the Anunnaki. There's a growing body of archaeological and historical evidence that supports the idea of the Anunnaki's influence on human civilization. Some researchers point to certain archaeological and historical evidence as potential support for the idea. One piece of evidence often cited is the Sumerian king list, an ancient text that lists the kings of Sumer in chronological order. The list includes some rulers who are said to have reigned for hundreds or even thousands of years. Researchers suggest that these rulers may have been the Anunnaki and that their long lifespans were due to advanced technology and knowledge. Another key piece of evidence is the Epic of Gilgamesh, dated 2100 BCE, a tablet that's over 4,000 years old. The Epic of Gilgamesh is an important piece of literature from ancient Mesopotamia and is considered to be one of the earliest surviving works of literature in human history. It has been studied by many scientists and scholars and is recognized as an important cultural artifact. The Epic of Gilgamesh contains an account of a great flood that was sent by the gods to destroy humanity. In the story, the gods are angered by the noise and chaos created by human beings and decide to wipe them out with a flood. But one of the gods, Ea, takes pity on a human king and warns him to build a boat to survive the flood. The king follows Ea's instructions and builds a huge boat, sealing it with pitch and tar. He loads the boat with all kinds of animals, along with his family and the craftsmen who helped him build the boat. When the flood comes, it lasts for 7 days and 7 nights, destroying everything on Earth. One interesting aspect of the Epic of Gilgamesh is the portrayal of a great flood that destroys the world. This flood myth predates the biblical story of Noah's Ark and is believed to have influenced many later stories and myths about floods and the end of the world. Some researchers believe that the story of the Great Flood in the Epic of Gilgamesh may be based on an actual flood that occurred in ancient Mesopotamia, while others believe that it's just a mythological tale meant to teach moral lessons. Overall, the Epic of Gilgamesh is an important piece of literature that has a lasting impact on human culture. Its portrayal of the Great Flood and other themes continue to be explored and studied by scientists and scholars around the world. There are also a number of other artifacts and texts that some researchers believe support the idea of the Anunnaki's influence on human civilization. For example, there are depictions of winged beings in ancient Sumerian art, winged beings known as apaklu, in which researchers have suggested is in fact depictions of the Anunnaki. The apaklu are often depicted as hybrid beings with the lower body of a fish and the upper body of a human. They have wings and carry a bucket and a pine cone, which are thought to be symbols of their roles as purifiers and fertilizers. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Anunnaki's alleged influence on human civilization is their potential impact on religion and mythology. Many ancient religions and mythologies around the world feature beings that resemble the Anunnaki in various ways. For example, the ancient Greeks had their own pantheon of gods who were said to have immense power and influence over human affairs. Similarly, the ancient Egyptians believe in a wide array of gods and goddesses who control the forces of nature and human destiny. Could these ancient religions and mythologies may have been inspired by the Anunnaki or other extraterrestrial beings who visited Earth in the distant past? They suggest that the stories of powerful godlike beings may have been based on actual encounters with advanced beings from other worlds. In addition, some researchers believe that the Anunnaki may have played a role in shaping human spirituality and religious beliefs. Another area of potential influence is the field of technology. Researchers believe that the Anunnaki possessed advanced technologies that were far beyond anything known to humans at the time. They suggest that the Anunnaki may have shared their knowledge with the ancient Sumerians, helping them to develop new technology that were crucial to their civilization's success.
The idea of powerful beings or gods coming down from heavens to interact with humans and share knowledge or technology is a common theme in many ancient myths and legends. These stories can be found in cultures all over the world, from Greek pantheon of gods to the Hindu gods and goddesses.
In Hinduism, the ancient texts known as the Vedas describe a race of beings known as devas who are said to have come down from the heavens to interact with humans and share knowledge. The devas were seen as divine beings who possessed great powers and wisdom and were worshipped by the ancient Hindus. In the Bible, the book of Genesis tells the story of how God created humans in his own image and gave them dominion over the earth. The story also mentions a group of beings known as the Nephilim who were said to be the offspring of angels and humans. This has led to speculation that the Nephilim may have been a hybrid race created by extraterrestrial beings. The stories of powerful beings coming down from the heavens to interact with humans and share knowledge or technology are also prevalent in many other ancient cultures, such as the Mayans and the Egyptians. These stories have led researchers to speculate that there may have been an actual encounter with advanced beings from other worlds thousands of years ago, and that these encounters may have influenced the development of human spirituality and technology. Is it possible that there was one group of beings that influenced all of these cultures around the world thousands of years ago? Did they all come from one source, or is it all just coincidental myth? As we explore the mysteries of our ancient past, we must ask ourselves, what if the legends and myths of powerful beings from the heavens are not just stories, but real encounters with advanced extraterrestrial beings? The Anunnaki and their alleged impact on human civilization is a fascinating and intriguing concept that continues to captivate the minds of researchers and scholars alike. The potential implications of their presence and knowledge they may have shared with ancient civilizations cannot be ignored. It raises the question, have we been visited by beings from other worlds in the past, and what secrets and knowledge did they leave behind? So what are your thoughts on the Anunnakis? Comment below and subscribe for more interesting content. And until next time, thank you so much for watching.